see if I can see it in here. So do we need to go hold the doors open now? Or are you just gonna fly around first?
Let's just go ahead and do it.
All right, here we go, guys.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Sit back, relax, drink some coffee, chill. Today we're talking about how I get clients and how I'm able to keep these clients and make a living, especially off FPV. This is a question I get asked a lot, like how many free gigs did you do, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna get into that, and then once I get into that and kind of tell you guys how I'm able to get clients, I'm gonna take you on the behind the scenes shoot, on an FPV shoot with Realtree, so you guys can check that out and kind of see how I operate and do things. So let's get right into the video and enjoy. Obviously, everybody wants to know how to get clients, and this is especially in the FPV world. If you're really good at what you do and you're almost a master at your craft, you will get clients as long as you're putting yourself out there. So a lot of times this question is premature, like how do I get clients? What I would say at first is make sure you're able to give your prospective clients a good product. You don't want to nail a client and you're not good enough and you give them a product that's not good, so you won't ever get that client again. So I would say make sure your skills are there, make sure you know for a fact your skills and your process is there before you even start reaching out to clients. Because once you show up on set and you're filming for these people and you mess up once, that's it. So I would just make sure your skills are there. I mean, I know that's simple and self-explanatory, but a lot of times people don't get that. So obviously once your skills are there and you know that you're good enough to give a product that most people can't give, or you're able to do it better than somebody, then you need to build your reel. Like make sure you have at least 5 to 10 videos and a reel built, an FPV reel built that you can show clients and that you can put on your social media, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is. That way people know, hey, this guy's legit. A lot of the times with FPV, or most of the time with FPV, it's not about telling people what you can do, it's about showing people what you can do. And this is what's beautiful about what we do in video production is, listen, you show people. You don't have to tell anybody, so if they see your reel and they like it, they're gonna hire you. So just build your reel, and that might mean doing passion projects and things that are for free, but you should probably be doing that anyways, especially with FPV. You should be practicing and flying and putting yourself in scenarios that are similar to the jobs you want anyways. So you should have a reel and maybe do some free gigs here and there for clients that you might want. Yeah, build your reel. That's super important. And when you're building your reel, make sure you're putting this on social media. Build your brand on social media. I know a lot of times it's kind of comes with the territory, comes with the job. Like it's not my favorite thing to do either, but post on Instagram, post on YouTube, post on Facebook, any LinkedIn, TikTok. You're great. Oh my God, that's anything that you can possibly post on, you have somewhat of an audience on, post on there, share it with your friends, share it with your family. Those are gonna be the people that really talk you up and push your product. So make sure you're, branding yourself. That's so important. And what I do a lot of times when I'm branding myself is I do a lot of hashtags. I tag myself. This has happened to me a lot. I put in like hashtag fpvpilot, hashtag Atlanta, hashtag Alabama, wherever I'm living. When people type that in, your name will pop up. And when you're building this social media presence, build your network, socialize with people, go out. This is something I'm bad about. I'm from the area that I live in, so I'm blessed in this way. I already know a lot of people and they know what I do. But if you're new in an area or you don't know that many people, meet people, build your network. Or if you have a relationship that's with someone that is a prospective client and they can talk you up to that prospective client, building relationships and being a likable person, that helps out so much. So build your network, socialize, go out to events, be social. That's part of building a business and building a brand. And when a client finally does contact you and reaches out to you first, and this is usually what happens to me, like I get contacted first. I don't really go after clients. I think that's off-putting a little bit. I think a lot of times when you do that, you're already at a disadvantage. When you put yourself out there, you contact a client that hasn't really put any interest in you yet, you're already behind the 8 ball at that point because they have all the leverage, you have none. Now when a client contacts you, you have all the leverage. Hey, you didn't ask them for work, they're asking you for work, so you're that commodity and you put yourself in a really good spot then, and you can kind of dictate how that business relationship goes. So when a client does contact you, you're able to dictate terms more. You're not smelling desperate, you're not sounding desperate.
Do you smell it? That smell. A kind of smelly smell. A smelly smell that smells smelly.
It just, again, it just puts you in a lot better position. Whereas if you're on the other side and you're contacting people and you're trying so hard to get clients, people can smell that. People can smell that desperation, and it doesn't usually go well for, you know, people like us that are really just trying to make it in this world. You have to honestly kind of play the game where it's like, hey, I don't really need the work, even though you do need the work, because it makes it seem like you are a hot commodity, which you are. If you can fly FPV and you're really good at it, you are a hot commodity. So don't forget that. But just know that when you are building that network and people are contacting you, that you have that leverage instead of the other way around. And it's okay to contact people, I'm not saying that, but just know that if you are just going out of your way and contacting people and you're sounding desperate, you're trying to sell them, you're very, very salesy. To me, when people do that to me, I already want to hang up the phone. It pisses me off. Like if I want a service, I will ask someone for that service. So I'll do my research and find the person that does the best work. And that's kind of how it should be for you. With that being said, when that customer does contact you or that client, go above and beyond when you do nail that client. So you already have your process underway, like you have a way you can send an estimate and they approve the estimate. You get into this project and you go above and beyond what that scale of work was or scope of work was. That way, especially if it's one of your first clients, you want to impress them. You want them to talk you up to other potential clients, because your first client is going to be your most important client, and you never mistreat them. You always put them first, usually if it's within reason, because they're going to be the ones that give you referrals, and referrals are the best way. Like, I don't care, you can put your stuff all over social media, you can run ads, but if someone refers you, you're going to pretty much, I would say 70% of the time, you're going to get that client that was referred to you. So that first client's really, really important. Make sure you're giving them the best product possible. Make sure when you show up on shoot day that you're ready, you're prepped, and you did all your pre-production, and that you execute. So I'll kind of get into how I execute, and I'm not going to show you like a full prep day. I'm actually going to show you behind the scenes on this Realtree shoot that I shot in Louisiana. Realtree is a pretty big client, and this is kind of a FPV, something I baked into regular day rate with a camera and everything, because they're such a good client and a reoccurring client that I usually do FPV for them on top of shooting other stuff too. I'm gonna take you behind the scenes on the shoot that we did in this big store. I do a fly through this store. This is usually the type of things that I do, is a lot of fly throughs through stores and show encompassing these big areas and a lot of real estate stuff. So I'm gonna take you behind the scenes, show you my process and how I do things. So hope you guys enjoy.
What was it?
What the hell's that? Yeah. I don't know what y'all are talking about.
You filming me?
You need a little talking point?
Yeah, I'll just say, usually before I fly, like I'll walk through the whole area and make sure, you know, like there's a bunch of fishing poles in here. Those are hard to see through the goggles, so you want to make sure you scout the area before you fly this, because you will hit something if you don't. But yeah, we'll do one more. Probably looks so stupid right now. But we'll do one more, Johnny.
Okay. Daniel, we'll do one more.
And you also got to make sure you have signal. So I usually do like one practice pass, and then I'll do like one or two more passes just in case I want to make sure I get everything. So this shoot's for Realtree, and we're doing kind of like a fly through of this whole Simmons. What would you call this, Dylan?
Simmons Sporting Goods. It's kind of an outdoor place.
You'll see on the video. But anyways, usually what I'll bring for stuff like this is this Cine Whoop. It's an iFlight. I want to say it's a Bumblebee V3. I don't even think they sell this anymore. And then I'll bring 2 GoPros, about 6S batteries, and then 2 4S batteries for the goggles. But other than that, you know, it's pretty self-explanatory, pretty easy. So then like I said, I'll do a walkthrough through everything, make sure the signal's good on the drone, take a deep breath, and then hopefully you're good enough to fly through here. Like you probably should be practiced before you do something like this. as you can see, my setup's pretty simple. Once I get on set and I'm shooting, especially if it's a fast run and gun shoot like this, it's fairly simple. You know, you don't need to make it too difficult. You don't need to make it complicated. Show up, have your batteries, have your drone working, have your GoPro settings right. Make sure you know how to work a GoPro. And if you guys want, I can kind of show you how I do my GoPro settings, because that's something that I've really honed in on and I'm pretty good at. Just make sure you know what you're doing and you're confident on set. You can see, you know, you got to take charge, and you can't be, like with FPV, it's more like, okay, just do it. To me, when I first started doing it, I was really timid and I was scared. And like every time I flew, I was like, are people gonna be mad at me? I had permission to fly in there. Like, if you're flying, you usually have permission. If you don't, you probably shouldn't be flying. So just rip it. I mean, make sure you're giving the client what they want. So focus on the client, don't focus on everybody else. Just be in the moment and enjoy yourself and have fun, man. That's what it's all about. So that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned a few things and provided you some information that you might not have known and helped you out. So if it did, leave a like, leave a comment, sub if you want. And it'll help me out a lot and help me make more videos like this. And if you have any suggestions on videos you want, maybe it's GoPro settings, maybe it's something completely different, I'd love to do it. Check out all the rest of my videos on my channel. A lot of them are really helpful for filmmakers and pilots. So hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see y'all next time.